How's it going, everyone? Julio here, bringing you guys a PU Wi-Fi battle, and we are going up against Bryan as my opponent. Looking at his team, I see we both brought in 3 of the same mons, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be very interesting. And something I'd like to mention before we get into the battle, I wanted to start doing Wi-Fi, or I want to start uploading Wi-Fi battles, of course, when Ultra is released, where I only upload them on Wednesdays. We'll call it like Wi-Fi Wednesday, mainly because I do so many things when it comes to Pokemon, such as multi-battles, live streaming, shining hunting, other games besides Pokemon as well, and I would need to take the time, make room for all that, or just to see how things go on my channel. Even then, I don't want to stack too many things, but let's go ahead and get into this battle as my opponent leads off with Primeape, as I go ahead and lead off with my Simisage. Here I actually end up switching out my Simisage into Weezing, knowing that Weezing can face tank anything physical from this Primeape, as I was actually expecting for him to go for Poison Jab. I didn't know Primeape can actually get access to U-turn. So he U-turns into his Electrode, and I know I wasn't able to take anything special from this Electrode, mainly because it could have also been Choice Specs, as he goes for the Hidden Power onto the Lantern. So him switching out, well, he could have, I could also expect that he is Choice Specs to confirm there. But then again, he probably wouldn't want to Volt Switch into Lantern, knowing that I do get the access to Volt Absorb. So I ended up Volt Absorbing into Hitmonchan, as I end up switching out into my Sableye, and him switching out into Hitmonchan, he was for sure expecting the Will-O-Wisp, as he sends out his Weezing. I get the Will-O-Wisp onto the Weezing, which is nice. So we're going to get some damage off of that Weezing from the burn. And here I don't think he reveals his Black Sludge, or is it the turn after? Should be a turn after. So here I was expecting him for him to go for something status or hazard control here. And he actually ends up going for the Toxic Spikes. And here we do see that he is Black Sludge. So Taunt definitely comes into play here. And here I wanted to go for a knockoff to get rid of Weezing's Black Sludge. That way Burn can be doing some more damage. This is good because we're actually going to knock off into the Electrode, and we're going to reveal Electrode's item as it is Choice Specs. So here I actually end up switching out into my Lantern, expecting the Electric type move, and we are going to reveal that we are Volt Absorb, so we are going to get that HP recovery, which is really nice play, as we do get our free switch in there. And here I was expecting him to stay, well, not stay in, I was expecting him to switch out, or he was probably expecting for me to go for a Scald, but I actually ended up going for the Ice Beam, which was pretty much my okay neutral hit move, but he actually swapped into the Lantern, which I was not expecting. Also because he did have Simisage in the back, so I didn't go for the Scald. So I ended up switching my Lantern into Clefairy. I didn't want to Volt Switch out because he could probably be Volt Absorb or Water Absorb, so we're going to be taking some Scald here. As Clefairy, all I really wanted to do was set up my Stealth Rocks. So Clefairy has done its job. I wouldn't mind, it doesn't really matter if he gets Scald Burn because I am Magic Guard. And what Magic Guard does is pretty much take no damage from status conditions. I don't think it works for, Paralyze. So here I was just like, okay, I'm going to spam Moonlight, hoping for him to switch out because I do feel like he does have the upper hand since I only have 5 PP of Moonlight. So he ends up switching out. Well, he ends up Volt Switching, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. So he Volt Switches into Weezing. We get Stealth Rock damage. I get some HP recovery. I actually stayed in, going for the knockoff because I wanted to get rid of the Black Sludge off of this Weezing, because I didn't want it to be a problem in the long run. Even though we are getting some burn damage, but just Black Sludge in general, we could be getting more damage off that burn. He probably expected me to switch out here, so he ends up going for the Toxic Spikes, as I do get the knockoff and remove Black Sludge, which is pretty good on my play. So I'm totally okay with this. I'm totally okay with actually losing Clefairy. But I actually end up switching out, expecting the Sludge Bomb, so I go into my own Weezing. Not going to take Toxic Spikes since we are Levitate. and poison type. He goes for the Sludge Bomb. We get some bird damage. Bird damage is actually stacking up. And here I actually go for my own Toxic Spikes just to start putting some pressure on his team. I do know he does have Hitmonchan in the back as his Rapid Spinner. My opponent here now goes for the Pain Splits. I don't think you're... I mean, I'm totally okay with it, but I don't think you're supposed to be using Pain Split in a PU battle. I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever's about it. Even if he does keep Pain Splitting, we do have the upper hand since he is burned, and Sludge Bomb seems to be doing good amounts of damage. Even then, I do carry the Haze. Now you're probably thinking, wait, Haze actually just eliminates stat changes. I'm actually Z Haze, which is going to eliminate stat changes, and what Z Haze does, it recovers my health back to full HP, which is really cool if you ask me. Well, I would actually like to see which other Pokemon actually get access to Haze that could benefit Z Haze from it, which would be really cool. Wait, actually Toxapex gets Haze. Toxapex, no, would rather carry Black Sludge or Leftovers. So here I go for a Sludge Bomb, getting rid of the Wheezing finally. So Burn did actually come into play here, and removing Black Sludge was really good on our part. So here he was gonna go for the I'm pretty sure he's going for the Rapid Spin here. So I was okay with staying in and gave me my opportunity to go for the Z Haze. Even then, I could actually set up Toxic Spikes again. So here going for the Z Haze. Actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, Z Haze looks really cool, or Haze in general, on Wheezing. It just makes sense. So here we are getting some poison damage onto the Hitmonchan, which is really cool. Something neat, something of course we need. Switches out into his Electrode as I go for the Sludge Bomb, wanting to get rid of the Hitmonchan, but we're going to get some damage onto his Electrode. And he actually withdraws his Electrode. Now he actually did this because he knows that the matchup wasn't right for me going up against Electrode and my Wheezing. But then again, I felt like I didn't really need Wheezing anymore, so I ended up switching out into my Clefairy as his Simisage goes for the Gunk Shot. I wasn't actually expecting Gunk Shot from the Simisage. I do know he does get access to it because my Simisage actually does have the Gunk Shot. But here we do reveal, Simisage does reveal that he is Life Orb, which is pretty good to know for us in the long run. Me going into Wheezing here, knowing that the Simisage probably can't do anything, sends out his Electrode, pretty much stacking his Electrode here, doesn't need it anymore. Gonna pick up the KO. Rip Great Ball. Bringing in his Lantern. And here I'm like, okay, we're picking up the momentum here. We can just do some work with Wheezing. I know that Scald's gonna hurt, and he does get the burn here. I'm totally okay with that. I'm just gonna Sludge Bomb, hoping for a Poison. And we do get the Poison Hacks. And by the looks of that damage, I feel like I know I can survive another Scald from the Lantern. So I'm just like, okay, time to get rid of Wheezing. We're going to take that burn damage, and he's going to go for the Scald, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic Spikes. Just to put some pressure, once again, on my opponent's team. And we actually do live. I actually wasn't expecting to live. It looked like a lot more damage. Poison into the Lantern. Burn on the Wheezing. So he is going to go first, getting rid of my Wheezing. He's actually going to Volt Switch out. Pretty smart on his play, just so the poison doesn't start stacking onto that Lantern. Bringing out his Hitmonchan, probably wanting to Rapid Spin, but honestly, I don't think it really does matter now, since I do have the upper hand. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out my Savali, and I was like, wait, I'm faster. I should be faster than Hitmonchan. And he ends up going for the Mach Punch priority. And I'm like, okay, I won't be able to take another one of those, so I'm just hoping Flame Charge into Poison will be enough to take down the Hitmonchan. And I'm like, oh no, that's not enough. Down goes my Savali. But Poison actually picks up the KO on the Hitmonchan. I think because I thought it wasn't going to KO because of the Toxic Spikes damage. Wouldn't have been enough because it's not badly poisoned. It's different when it's badly poisoned and poisoned from Toxic Spikes. So here I went for Iron Head. I wanted to get the flinch hacks, but we actually get a crit. I was like, wow, the RNG is really on my side right now. So here I go for Iron Head again, since I know I didn't have another move. I actually had multi-attack and Iron Head on my Savali. I do not know why. I forgot to change the moveset on the Savali, and we do get the flinch plus the poison damage. That's mainly what I wanted to go for. So I go for it again, hoping for the flinch, because I do believe another poison would have been enough. But he actually goes for the hidden power. We don't get the flinch hacks, as he does reveal he is hidden power fire or fighting. And poison is not going to be enough. So here I just go for the flame charge, get that extra speed boost. So now we are at +2 in our speed. Lantern goes down. Bringing in his last mon is the Simisage. Simisage gets poisoned due to Toxic Spikes, which is definitely going to help us out in the long run, since poison and life orb damage is going to be pretty bad for him. Goes for the knockoff, gets rid of my Savali. There's the life orb damage. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm up like 3 Pokemon, so for any attack that he goes into, he's just going to end up taking life orb damage into poison. So I go ahead and bring in my own Simisage. Goes for the knockoff. That did a lot of damage. I was not expecting that. So he goes down to the life orb, as said, and that is GG to my opponent Bryan. So yeah, that is the battle. And if you guys would like to not participate, if you guys would like to battle other trainers, trade, anything Pokemon related, feel free to join my Discord. Link will be in the description. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.